Hello everyone, welcome back to my discussion today. This is Farhaduddin Ahmed B speaking from Rule of Law at the Weight of Another Law channel. Perhaps you are well and you will enjoy my discussion and you will stay with me till the end of this discussion today. Today I'm going to cover a very important issue that is very closely related with the learned advocates or the legal professionals, those who are habituated and those who have to appear before the honorable court of their respective constituency. Let's bring to light the name of the topic today. The name of the topic that I'm going to discuss today is importance and tactics of verbal submissions before the court. I will try to make you a well-thorough discussion today so that you can get the overall understanding how to proceed before the honorable court while you will go for submission. We need to submit before the honorable court as a pleader, as an attorney, as a barrister, as an advocate, or the individuals in some countries, a Greek person in some countries can represent and appear before the court with the permission of the honorable court. However, before entering into the discussion of the topic, I need to focus on some important issues. My humble request to all the readers and the viewers, those who are listening and are watching this video, please subscribe the channel with a view to getting more informative discussion from my part in the upcoming days, as I'm trying to do something better and to bring excellency in my discussion day by day. With your cooperation, it will be strengthened, there is no doubt. And if you like my discussion and if you think that all this information were positive and beneficial for you, then you are most welcome to like my channel and share it to everywhere and spread it to the concerned who will also get the benefit like you. And if you think that the discussion was not appropriate for you and you did not get a little bit information or the benefit from this discussion, you are at liberty to dislike my channel even. However, I don't want to waste your valuable time with the inception. Let's start the discussion today. Our discussing topic is importance of tactics of verbal submission before the court. At the very outset of my discussion, I need to outline here plain and comprehensive language in legislative arena and submissions in a very clarified way before the court have, however, been rated and goes to such a dimension which can surely be taken into consideration as of being titled as the landmark in legal profession. Not only in Bangladesh but also in every four walls of the world, if you can properly submit before the honorable court, being convinced the members of the honorable court will obviously may favor to give you a verdict. There's no doubt. So presentation skills in your submission will decorate and ornament your submission. No doubt, the inner significance of bringing forward the above topic, that is, importance of tactics and verbal submissions before the court, is very, very significant. In fact, steer the mind of learned professionals and others to lay the stone of submitting and using English language in a clarified way to be able to make out the briefs and inner significance before the court. I have planned to talk about this topic today. It's more or less admitted that the language of the law has long been a source of concern to the community. You must know legal language remains largely unintelligible to most members of the community, even it creates problems to understand clearly for members of the legal profession. Interestingly, it is due to the complexity and erroneous use of language in which the law and interpretation is expressed. Most importantly, it is very much unfortunate that we most lawyers don't take sufficient care to communicate clearly with the audience. Actually, the key advantage and plain value of the law nature book is those who are in that extent have to deal with their subject matter with utmost care. As whenever valued, the key advantage of plain and clarified language is that it readily conveys the message to its audience. In the subcontinent, a good number of legal professionals have been named and entitled to distinct excellence in their respective fields of practice. No challenge to say that out of them all legendary lawyer and the magical art of legal drafting and submissions before the court. There's no denying fact that the way of lawyer should approach before the court has to be clarified enough to get the reasonable relief. Now I had better point out some drawback lead to the lawyers to be tested in the profession with degrees, which have to be buried in no time for being embraced with the title of being a successful pleader. Eventually, limitation of having standard communication in English, dullness in using the more clarified style of language presentation, shyness and speech delivery anxiety before the court, ignorance of using the legal language with clarity, discouragement in practice to use the smartest way of legal language presentation and submissions and so on are, for sure, paralyzing the wheel of acceleration of being lodestar like lawyer in Bangladesh. Only earning money and booming the number of briefs have been the usual expectation of almost lawyers in fact. But it should not be. The train to run after brief and money should be set aside and kicked out, aiming to snatch the winning crown of being the herald in the profession. To what we need to do is nothing but to be habituated in using the standard and clarified legal language in English in all aspects of our profession. I strongly believe and think that enriching professionalism in law arena has been the crying need to unveil the mask of being a successful lawyer. Whenever valued success as the outcome of concerted efforts, trying and untrying work on anything. So, it's admittedly true that bringing excellence in legal profession has no shortcut to it except well-defined and global standard language and submission skills. Undoubtedly, it can come to light that having desire to be an icon like lawyer is and will remain beyond imagination and daydream unless someone ties with the passes and follow the footprints of the classic lawyers. However, I feel pleasure to render my opinion and short on the above issue, that is, having an increasing scarcity of shape clarified in global standard uses of legal language and submissions in this land. More importantly, one thing must be put here, for your understanding, as a member of this bar and having outstanding spiritual profession, lawyers should not lag behind to give them a good shape in using clarified legal English and submission while needed. Another thing I'm going to draw myself about my fetching and achievements on every nook and corner. Virtually, the way in general we prefer to submit and draft on any legal point of issue can in particular neglect and spark on our professional career rather can be a stigma to a particular lawyer. Last but not the least, try not to be trusted with only money making sense but the title to be landmark in the profession. Before wrapping up my wording and discussion today, I most humbly convey my cordial inspiration to the passionate and challenging lawyers of the country having almost and utmost excellence and required capacity of the respective fields of legal practice. I hope and have the lesson and reason to validate that this bar association will be the model of bringing decent, square, and global standard lawyers in the coming years to the nation. Hope you have been benefited and you have enjoyed my discussion today regarding this very important but short discussion. At the very bottom line of my discussion on the given topic, I should say most of the learned advocates do not spare and spend a whole lot of time to take well preparation before appearing in the court. Sometimes they become busy enough with the tide and with the load of their number of briefs, and even they cannot manage their time to move the eyeballs on the headings and the subject matters of the brief and the topic or the case, which result embarrassing situation before the court. The presentation style is most important, and the clarity of language and presentation, both in drafting and verbal submission, are badly needed to be titled as a very good lawyer. Across the world, if we follow and if we find out and if we go for thinking and sorting out the legendary lawyer, even in our neighboring country, India, we will find out that they have struggled a lot to make them very competent. So we are lagging behind to follow the footprint of them. That is the main distraction that is chasing to the astray to us. We do not run after becoming extraordinary, but we are being busy enough and acquainted and habituated enough to run after the political leaders and the money making sense. Why we don't understand that if someone can title himself or herself as a very good lawyer, money, assets, and wealth will chase them and run after the concerned lawyer. Money doesn't matter actually. Reputation will ultimately come, and just like the tide of water, anyone can decorate the inner beauty with the extinct knowledge of law and the legal terminologies. That's all. Nothing special today. On this topic, perhaps you have been able to get a little bit idea that I wanted to bring to light and bring forward. If you think that this kind of discussion should be continuing and you can have a very good understanding over that, and you are going to develop yourself in a well-defined way, I will be much more happy and I'll be grateful that yes, my initiative was fruitful. If you feel that something that I have put forward through my discussion was not in accordance with your understanding, please leave it and just try to follow your own strategy. I have discussed regarding the topic today by a legal research carried out by me, and I thought and understood that all these were very important and significant part to be a very good lawyer. So it is better, and I had better request to follow all the things that we need to copy, we need to adjust and cope up with while going to appear before the honorable court across the world. So as a learned advocate or the pleader, we need to perform just like a dramatic performer or the performer or performing arts. So we need to be much more dramatic with our logic, argument, and our presentation skills. That is my overall statement. We need to make sure the winning of our case and the briefs, our target and motto should be to win our case, to give and to snatch the order by showing logical argument before the honorable court. That would be our success, and that has to be in the long run. However, I'm not going to illustrate my discussion today. At the very end, at the very border and edge of my discussion, I request you to subscribe this channel if you feel and think so. Thank you very much. Goodbye.